With the popular TV series Game of Thrones becoming among the highest rated and most watched shows, quite a few new actors have enjoyed the brilliant start in their careers. One such actress in particular is Maisie Williams, who we've all seen from season to season grow up. Maisie is predominantly known for her portrayal of Arya Stark in the famous HBO series, and she is definitely one of the most loved. Not to mention that her character is also one of the few to have survived this long in the show. We've seen Arya grow up and transform from the very first episode of the very first season, and we cannot help but be curious about the girl behind the character. How much do we, the fans, really know about Maisie Williams, and what she's like when she's not running around yielding swords and trying as hard as she can to not be a lady in Game of Thrones? Well, we realize we don't really know that much, and that is exactly why we decided to compile the following list of facts about the woman behind one of the strongest characters in the series. Nope, it isn't. Her real name is actually Margaret Constance Williams, and Maisie is sort of a nickname and a more modernized version of the traditional Margaret. But it's not just any nickname either, it actually comes from a comic strip of the same name. The Parishes is a famous British comic strip that was published for over 45 years, up until 2006, shortly after the author's death. The character Maisie is described as an adorable little girl, yet a bit of a tomboy, kind of like Arya in Game of Thrones, who can sometimes turn rather violent when things don't go her way. Yes, what's more, she was dancing way before she took up acting and actually has declared dancing as her first love. And she is also impressively good at it too. Maisie Williams has been practicing her moves since a very young age, and has been performing in a variety of different styles, from classical to jazz and street dancing. She's particularly been trained in ballet, point, and also commercial jazz and technical jazz, alongside tap dancing. But her real passion appears to be hip-hop and freestyle dancing, which she also had the opportunity to demonstrate to her fans. A video that shows Maisie Williams and her fellow dance students taking part in a dance mob quickly went viral and introduced this side of the young actress to the public. She says it has helped her greatly within her work on screen, particularly with handling a sword. Believe it or not, but one of the most recognizable members on one of the most graphic TV shows actually cannot handle watching any of the numerous gruesome scenes. Yes, she's willing to participate in a number of them, but if she had to watch them played back to her, she probably would cover her eyes and might even leave the room. This goes for all violent and gory scenes, not only in Game of Thrones, but any other film or TV series also. She even admits to being uncomfortable with watching that kind of content in real life too. We all know the vigorous little self-willed girl in the famous HBO series, daughter of Eddard Stark and Princess of the North, Arya Stark. From the very first episode, her character was introduced to the audience as a bit of a rebellious and headstrong girl, who had no intention of acting like a lady or being seen as one. She was always the tomboy, always closer to her half-brother than the elder sister, and always looking up to her father. Well, turns out, Maisie Williams isn't all that much different to her on-screen counterpart. She too has a mind of her own and despises being boxed into other people's expectations. But she also sees herself as fast on her feet and a quick thinker, which she believes she shares with her Game of Thrones character. They may, however, differ in a sense of style. We're guessing you probably didn't see this one coming at all, because neither did we. It turns out that in closing between her career and her formal education, her career prevailed. And so we're clear on this, the decision was backed by her parents, so it wasn't an attempt to run off with the circus on Maisie's part. The choice wasn't the easiest. Her parents reasoned that once their daughter is being offered some pretty rare opportunities to be an actress and travel the world, meeting all sorts of different people, they weren't going to stop her just so she could take her exams. The wise mother and father believe that each individual has their own path in life, and what works for some may not work for others. And at the time when her peers were receiving their GCSEs, or high school grades, Maisie went straight to Twitter urging those who did less than well on the exams not to be discouraged. In her post, she said, "I would just like to say that I have no qualifications to my name, and I won't have for a while. There is more than one route into your dream job." And that's all we have time for today. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and comment down below which fact was the most surprising to you.